What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as Ridemyavatar, and today we're going to be going over the lists of the top 16 of 2 events this time around. I'm really excited to show off Core TCG and TAC. It really is an amazing tournament that they had. Both very great players came out. So guys, without further ado, let's dive right into the video and let's see what decks took first place in this BT-06 meta. So let's go over it. So this was TAC. This happened on Saturday. So we have Alexander, we have Russell, Tyler, we got Christopher, Martin, Chelsea, Kevin, Sebastian, Cameron, Victor, Sean, Billy, CJ, Armando, Richie, and Zachariah. Both topped really diverse meta by the looks of it. And I want to thank, before we even go forwards, Digimon IO and then Cameron for taking the time to gather all this information. This really does help out. I'll probably start doing this myself and add links, similar probably to the Eggman does. But outside of that, I think this is what we're looking at, boys and girls. So let's take a look. Let's see. First off, first place is Security Control, or aka Three Musketeers Security Control. It was a very interesting list, I gotta say. It's basically stock. You have Nailbone, using Nailbone to hammer out the Genkamon promote after controlling the board for so long and slowly pinging at your opponent's security. As long as they don't recover too much, you're kind of good and golden there. Here is the second place, was Security Control, using Mastamon as a way of spamming out the rookies that you lose out on, especially being able to take out one security, maybe play down a Bushi Agu or a Lucamon down, and going from there. So, very potential, very powerful deck indeed. I think Mastamon's a great side tech if you are trying to just rush through security. Here's Tyler's ability to play green OTK, and this is an amazing list, I gotta say. It's using Ancient Troymon to hold back the OTK decks and keep them at bay, especially since the trial decks are not legal in this format. This deck had a little more chance to shine strongly compared to its other combatants. So as long as they didn't hit too much in the security matchup, they're pretty decently solid in this list, I gotta say. It has a lot of potential. Next, the next after Tyler was related to Gabumons. Gabumons are really still an overall great deck. This card is going to get replaced soon, so don't get into the hype. It's not going to be an expensive card. It just super replace. Forbidden Trident, get extra power and then bring something back to hand is huge. Howling Memory Booster to shut down extra swings at you. Just massive power all day long, and using the, these guys, the spirits to OTK after a Bonds play is huge. Next, we had Rookie Rush taking the lead. I gotta say, very impressed with this list. It's surprising Rookie Rush is still doing great, but hey, when you have enough 5Ks and 2 drops to just consistently keep dropping something, you know you're doing something right? The Rookie Rush is still a formidable deck, and Mechanorimon is to help counter against the lower end curve decks. I gotta see it, Magnadramon, just to recover, just to give you that extra turn that you might need to win. Then let's talk about it. We have Chelsea. Chelsea. I'm not even gonna pronounce this name. I'm gonna butcher it, and I feel bad. Her Jessamon list, I'm betting it's a her, because I could be wrong, but this list is really nice. Nothing out of the ordinary here, because let's be honest, this doesn't have access to the trial decks, but very impressive how this Jessamon list ran, using the Gallantmon to be able to take out extra security if the game gets too late. This Gallantmon just wrecks house, and especially if you can get it under Savior Hawk and you get a Swan Blanc out, you're just winning that game, because Gallantmon just takes out too many security as the game goes on too far. So give a big hand for this person. Next, we do have the Gabumon deck. This is max rarity too, I think. Yeah, completely max rarity Gabumons. Wow. I'm very impressed. Nope, not max rarity. The mats are only non-pre-release, so not worth it. Nah, it's foiled. It's good enough for me. So it looks pretty solid, I gotta say. Kakaitis Breaths, Hammer Sparks, the old OTK combo, and then when it came down to needing to Digivolve on top of a Tamer, they Digivolved on top of a Tamer, and then Mechanorimon to help alleviate the threat of Gabumons trying to kill you early or hit into you, rush extra damage, because once Mechanori hits the field, they have to play a different strategy. Next, another Gabumon deck. This one's quite interesting. It's still the same thing, uses Forbidden Trident, no Mechanorimon, but searches as well and has enough Gabumon targets. Next, here is Mastamon. Seems to be what people are starting to tech in this format and using the lower end. This is the improved list from BT5's end. I gotta say, it looks very clean, and I think it's a solid go around where you want to be, because at least Mastamon can get you your beautiful Zwart defeat if you get it in hand too much. Omnimon is a really solid tech, and Sayokamon being at 4 is crazy to me. I would never play it at 4, maybe 3 max, but hey, it works for them. They did a great job. Got Ancient Gabumon on the lower end. I think this was what, 10th place? 10th place, not bad, and I think this is max rarity. Nope, Kakaitis and Hammer Sparks are not, sadly. So as max rarity as you can physically get to. Okay, I'll give you some credit. Some credit, because Hammer Sparks and Kakaitis Breaths are way too expensive. But, you know, I love the alternate arts here. Really good plays here. This deck is just 2 different lines. If one sees the OTK combo line of swinging for 3 attacks, each one will do it. It's not terrible. It's a really good, solid strategy. So definitely don't sleep on that deck. Then we have another Gabumons play. Sadly, this isn't the ancient version, but hey, they're going to use the hybrids anyway, so it's not bad at all. So another Gabumons. They kind of just seem to fall to the wayside. They kind of just fell to the back end of this tournament, it looks like. Then we got a 3 Musketeer build here. Very impressive. I mean, it's using 4 Genkamon promotes, which is impressive to me. I would never expect 4 Ginkumon promotes. I would expect maybe 2. This is very cloggy. They don't have any blockers, so they're really just trying to rush aggro. Yeah, but really good job. Give you some credit there. Next, another security control list. Using Orosamon, using its on-play ability to pop something, which is a level 5 or lower. Really huge. Agumon Expert is really the main reason why this deck constantly just keeps winning, because eventually you just keep slamming down Agumon, they kill it, you play another one, they kill it, you play another one, you kill it. You just constantly just cycle the 2 at a rate that they hate, and then it'll just keep swinging in, and that's just how you deck them out, or you just keep hitting into them, because eventually they're going to run out of resources if they don't have like Bellastar in the list. But hey, that's kind of its out to the mirror match. Really good, smart tech. And then finally, we have 3 Musketeers as well. This one is using 2 Ginkumon promotes. Bellastar is the ace of the deck, as always, and Nailbone is just to spam out the promotes at endgame and get you your Biomons to set up, or Gazimon if needed. So definitely Digimon Card IO, you did a great job on gathering all the information as well. Then we have another security control list, but this one surprisingly plays Magidramon for helping mill out, probably to get back into the game if they didn't recover enough, which could be a very viable strategy. So I mean, I think it's just there to help in the mirror match, or to mill out your opponent faster if you're getting impatient, which could be funny, actually. I think that might be what it is there for, because security control is known for decking people out before they win. So I mean, hey, you're not going to deal lethal. You're just going to mill them out. So because they're going to Digivolve, and taking out 5 cards from their deck is huge while you're still ahead. Let's talk about Core. Core, again, didn't have access to the trial decks, but this is a really great list. Dan Vega, 2 Gaia Force taking tops, and I think this person took tops in both events, so that's pretty awesome. So yeah, Martinez, is it Martinez? Nope. Yes, one. Martinez, so probably the same Jesmon player, and that's really awesome. I'm impressed. So first off, Dan Vega taking Lord Nightmon to show you that he is not a one-trick pony. So showing you that he's really skilled at this game, guys. So don't sleep on Dan Vega's credit and power. He is a great player. Lord Nightmon taking a W in this format, really. And using 8mon is like the anti-meta tech, because if you really look at it, every time you swing in with this thing, if it survives because it's at 8k, your ultimates aren't even at that point. Most of the security, you kind of have a cakewalk unless you hit something really big, and you don't really hit it that big as often, so 8mon just really goes to town on people. Now we have Jackson did really well in his second place list with 3 Musketeers, and he splashed in a little bit of blue to help remove Craniemons off board, which very impressive. I think that's a smart play. Blue splash is not bad, especially in a 4-card tech. I think it's a smart play. Next, we have Jesmon yet again. Same list as last time, and you did really well. So, very impressed. Gallantmon for late game wins. Really good. Next, we have Security Control with some Edian's Javelins and the Bushy Salamon play just to go with the Coupamons. I really like that this is the way they wanted to go with it, and I think it's a smart play. So give them hats off, credit to them. They did a great call, great placing, especially getting 4th. Next, Yellow seems to be a little more friendly this time around. So we have War Greymon, Dynasmon, Binding Ray, Wyvern's Breath, you know, Angelwolmon. This Angelwolmon to get under the War Greymon to spam out stuff. And Mekumon is very interesting. On play, if you have 3 or fewer security, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 4,000 BP for the turn. That means a small death wish for some Digimon. So that's pretty cool. Kyle, you did a great job. Next, we have Richard. He played Gabu Bonds. This is the first time I've seen it in the top 8 in a bit. So 6th place is not bad. So Gabu Bonds definitely taking that W. 3 Kakadas Breath, Hammer Sparks, and Howling Memory Booster. Like I mentioned before, they use the Lobomon, Ancient Garurumon swings in twice, and then you have the Bonds of Friendship that can possibly swing in for 3, but naturally twice. So you both kind of have this outweigh, and what can also be nasty is that as long as you have the memory for it, you could swing more than that. You can swing up to 4 times with just a top column here, because actually no, you swing 3 times still. So my bad, you don't swing up to 4. You can swing up to 4 if you have the right setup, where you have an Upamon underneath it, Gabumon underneath it with a Lobomon, Warp Digivolve into Ancient Garurumon, swing in once, restand by effect, Digivolve into Bonds of Friendship, then swing once, restand by its own effect, swing twice, stand by the Gabumon, and then swing again. So you could clear out 1, 2, 3, 4. Whew. Sorry about that. Now we can go on to that. Next, another pure Gabumon list. Rookie Rush is still a viable strategy. Nothing too crazy using Gorillamons, and that's about it. Then you have Security Control, being Security Control, using Craniemons to just get into Security Control's face and just keep wailing, because they can't remove him off the board. They have to bounce him or rewind him, so that's huge for them. So just remember, always Craniemon is best in those Security Control matchups. Then we have another Yellow Mastamon list coming in, being the anti-meta deck it is trying to be. Popping Security Control very easily, Sakuyamons and Mastamons just doing their jobs. And then you have Yellow War Greymon OTKing your opponent out of this game. So I give credit, really huge, smart plays here. I think nothing out of the ordinary here, using Lucimons, Patamons just to spam out with Angelwomon that can be restood with War Greymon, getting you the extra health back. Next, we have Titanmon taking in 10th place. Very great job. Titanmon hasn't really done much this format, but hey, being able to OTK with Titanmon without dedicated plan is huge. So definitely don't sleep on this deck. I think it's a smart, overall great value you have going here. And I think we'll see more when it comes down to it. Then we have another 11th place, Gabubons. Gabubons, very Forbidden Trident, using it to gain memory and returning a level 3 and trash all its sources. Nothing really too crazy out of here. Very, very powerful skill. You can pretty much board wipe even rookies off board. Massive. Then you have one Magna Drummon in a Bonds deck. I think that's a smart play because after your security goes to 0, you can recover a bunch of it if you can get back to 1. That can be huge, and it's pretty much good all over the place. Next, Rookie Rush took 13th. Not bad. It's still a great deck, and I won't say that you're not surprised to see more of this coming forwards. Next, we did have Bellastar being Bellastar. So, Three Musketeers just taking its W's as it should. So I'm impressed. I like it a lot. Next, you do have another Rookie Rush in 15th. That's huge. Using 8mon, really nice to see that. And splashing in Tapirmon for the fact is when a card is removed from your security stack, trigger draw 1. So use Blinding Ray, trigger Tapir, and draw, and boom. You're just getting plus value. So I can't say that's not a bad idea to use. And then finally, Gabubons. So we got really nice lists here. It's got a Grizzlymon in here for added blocker, I'm guessing, but outside of that, nothing too crazy. So guys, what do you think of these lists? Let me know down in the comments down below what you thought, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace!